Hello.
Hello.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Already brewing up across these more western parts of Europe. Big plume of
High pressure here is going to build,
making for a pretty miserable start to Saturday.
Taste of sunscreen.
The time now, very nearly 3 o'clock. The next programme on BBC One, Songs of Praise, follows at...
Certainly on this eastern coast at first, and then later in the day in one or two of these inland areas, well away from the west coast. But on the whole, a good deal of cloud, and also I should mention that there's some low cloud up here leading to hill fog patches as well. But generally speaking, very mild over the whole. The temperatures this afternoon into the upper 40s and even touching 50 in one or two places. Winds generally northwest, but backing round to southwest and freshening up during the latter part of the day. Well, now a look at the summary chart. Then on to the outlook. This is for tomorrow. Then the cold front moving down across the country, so that the clearer weather will be into Scotland and Northern Ireland during the course of tonight and tomorrow. And then the cold front moving down across England and Wales, bringing some rain during tomorrow. Then after that, colder weather in the north here with some showers, but in the south then mainly dry and temperatures just a little bit lower than they have been today. Well, more weather news at about 11 minutes to 6.
Published programmes this evening. Going for a... looks at the week's releases in all systems free. The newcomers is at 7:05, and the news headlines are at 7:29. Then at 7:30, instead of Let Sleeping Wives Lie, which is postponed until 7:25 on Sunday, there's a special programme. Last Monday's B-52 H-bomber crash off Greenland was the second of its kind. In January 1966, a US Air Force plane crashed at Palomares in Spain with the loss of...
easterly
And
direction.
across the northwest of
That's a
Scotland,
cool
the showers
direction, and certainly
continue
East
to be
Anglia
blown
and
in on a
South East
fairly
England.
strong
Those winds could be
breeze
quite
as well, at
strong
times
so it
reaching
will
gale
feel
force.
chillier there.
In the north,
And those
temperatures
winds have
just
also
about
been
dropping
bringing
to
cloud
double single
across many
figures,
parts of
so a
southern
touch
and
on the
eastern
chilly
England
side here,
during
but
the day.
further south
It
you
is
can still
burning
see
its
by
way
the
back
end
off
of the night
towards the
we're at
coast
around about
just at the
14 to
moment.
16
I think this
degrees.
afternoon
yesterday.
Cold
And then
across
through
the bulk
tonight,
of the
here comes
country
bits
by
and pieces of
Thursday
rain moving
evening.
across the
So
channel,
bitterly
arriving, I think, certainly by the first half
there
of
is
tomorrow. There could be some
something
showers
to look
developing
forward
along the
to at
south
least
coast.
on
And some
Friday
of those
as
could
we
turn out
start to
be
see
heavy
that
and
rain
thundery
move
through
up from the
tomorrow.
south. Things becoming
Now, those winds have also been bringing cloud across many parts of southern and eastern England during the day. It is burning its way back off towards the coast just at the moment. And I think this afternoon there should be an improvement for many.
And then through tonight, here comes the bits and pieces of rain moving across the channel, arriving, I think, certainly by the first half of tomorrow. There could be some showers developing along the...
Good evening from Castle Buildings at Stormont outside Belfast on the day of a truly momentous agreement, promising a fundamental change in the political relationship between North and South and between Britain and Ireland. An agreement that unites loyalist and Republican, unionist and nationalist, finally emerged after 2 years of talks and decades of violence and bloodshed. From first thing this morning to the final moments before the deal was secured, the mood here at Stormont veered almost by the hour between confidence that a deal was tantalisingly close to fears that these talks, even as the finish line loomed into sight, could still stumble. The end, when it came quickly as the final pieces were put in place.
As midnight came, the DUP marked the deadline for the talks with a protest. Around 300 supporters of the Reverend Ian Paisley, who has consistently opposed an agreement, broke into the grounds of Stormont and assembled at the Carson statue. They were met by a line of RUC members in riot gear. Later, they attempted to advance on Castle Buildings, but were blocked again by the police. A few hours later, inside the talks complex, the SDLP were literally jumping with joy, following a successful meeting with the Ulster Unionists, which paved the way for agreement on how a Northern Ireland Assembly and a representative executive would be formed. 6.5 hours after the formal deadline for an agreement,
Met Éowyn is warning of danger to life from a monster storm heading our way on Friday. It's been updating its weather warnings throughout the day, but a short time ago, the entire country was put on a top-level red warning for explosive winds and what could turn out to be one of the most powerful storms to ever hit the country. Schools across the country will be closed on Friday as a result.
This is Storm Éowyn making its way across the Atlantic, hurtling towards Ireland. The unprecedented storm is due to make landfall on Thursday night, with the worst of the weather from the early hours of Friday morning.
5 minutes earlier than usual, till death us do part, with guest stars Joan Sims and Bill Fraser. The news is at 8:50.
And now here's a film about food hygiene.